Hello. Welcome to day 17 of Vlog Every Day in February. It's really dark in here, darker than usual. Today's prompt is how do you find meaning in life? And usually I read the prompts and I'm like, oh yeah, this, bling, I look really tired. I hear that a lot on these things, like, oh, I look really tired. But I'm apparently really tired. I'm about to go shovel out in front of the mailbox. And the very idea of that makes me tired. But I need to be able to get the mail. So I don't think I look for meaning really at all. I don't think it needs meaning. I think that being alive is meaning. Like, you wake up every day, that's meaningful, and it's random weird strings. And I think if we hunt too hard for meaning, that it leads us down a road of automatic disappointment. Because a lot of the stuff that happens is so meaningless and stupid, People do crazy shit and you can't control it. So I guess I look for meaning in my life by waking up every morning and trying to appreciate that I did wake up and that it is morning. And that the zombie apocalypse didn't happen overnight. Yay! That's always it's always a good thing when you wake up and you're not faced with zombies. I guess it's a good thing. Sometimes I wish that an apocalypse would just happen already. Especially watching, living in the States and watching. Like, I am convinced that this political race is all just an elaborate practical joke on me personally. Like, every Facebook post that I see, every political post that I see, I'm like, seriously? Like, okay. It doesn't matter which side is posting. It's all crazy. It's an elaborate hoax, just on me. I think I am just that important. That the whole country is banded together to play a practical joke on me. However, if Trump somehow manages to get elected, I am totally moving in with Effie. Bringing my whole crew. So good thing you're getting a bigger apartment, Effie. Yeah, stuff like that. It's also fucking meaningless. Like when all your choices are bad choices, then, and I'm not talking about politics now, I'm just talking in general. When all of your choices are bad choices, where's the meaning in that? When you're choosing the best of a bad situation, like you're choosing the least bad thing, then if you're on a constant hunt for meaning, then where is that going to lead you? Because you have no good choices. So, wake up every day and vow to be the best person that you can be. Even if it means that you give yourself a gold star for not hitting anyone that day. I figure every time I drive my car and I come home and I didn't, run anybody off the road intentionally, that I'm doing pretty good. That's meaning enough. And I'm doing my best with my kids to instill good judgment and common sense, and I'd say values, but I don't like that word values because it has religious, political, whatever other connotations, the whole family values and whatever. And yeah, trying really hard to make them into good people. And I'm sure some people would say that that's meaningful. And really, that's just my job as their mother to do that. That my life doesn't have any more meaning because I have children than someone who doesn't have children. And people who have kids and make them into horrible people are, is their life meaningful because they had horrible children? Like, it sends my brain into this twisty spiral of, what does it matter? And none of it matters. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't freaking matter. None of it. So searching for meaning when it's all meaningless, it seems pointless. Like pointless activity. Like shoveling the snow when it's currently coming down 2 inches an hour, which is what happened yesterday. When I was going to have all the kids go out and shovel, it ended up being me and the accessory child out shoveling until we broke the shovel. It was like spring snow. It's like super wet and super heavy, and even though it's February, we got 1.5 feet of spring snow. So luckily the power stayed on, thankfully. So I have panic attacks when the power goes out. But yeah, so it seemed so meaningless. Like we're shoveling along, and I'm watching the guy across the street who has a snowblower, like out there 5 different times during the day, like snow blowing his driveway. Like he'd go out, and then a couple hours later there'd be like another 6 inches, and he'd have to go do it again. And I'm like, this is stupid. This is pointless. This is running on a treadmill. We're not getting anywhere. Running on a treadmill is a good analogy for a search for meaning, I think. Because if you get on the treadmill with a destination in mind, you're not gonna get there because you're running in place. So wasting so much mental energy looking for meaning when you could just be living and letting that be the meaning makes so much more sense to me. That didn't make sense, but you know what I mean. So I guess I don't worry about what it all means or worrying about making it mean something. And that was, during my whole meltdown posts, that was where a lot of that came from, was, well, what does it mean? Or what is the greater meaning behind my body of work, And there isn't one. And I was, obviously struggling with that idea. And normally I don't worry about it. Like, I don't worry about meaning, and I don't worry about, but no, I don't know where I was going with that. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go shovel out in front of the mailbox before the mailman tries to come. Wish me luck. There's about 4 feet of packed snow. And I have to shovel about 10 feet of it. And we only have 1 snow shovel, so I can't. And the champion snow shoveler is at work, so I can't make him do it. So I'm off to do that. You have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And I hope it's meaningful for you. And okay. So that's it. All right. Bye, 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 bye.